you everyone for joining. This conversation, we thought we'll just pick up on brains of emerging technology leaders, young leaders like yourself, and understand from each one of you about how you guys are thinking in the era of AI, considering there have been massive job losses. There have there has been also been a pressure on hiring. There has also been pressure on AI taking those mundane jobs away, and so on and so forth. So our idea was just to do a very, from a 30,000 feet, a conversation with young leaders like yourself on as to how you're coping, what do you perceive as a good future, and how are you working towards it. And that's the thought. We will put this online only if all of us approve after seeing the recording, etc. And then we'll inspire others to kind of do these conversations and open their heart out. And that's the whole idea. No conversation of technology, no conversation of hardcore tech, just 30,000 feet say, a clean conversation about careers, about what's happening around us.
Yeah.
I'm assuming all of you know each other. If you do not know each other, can we do a Twitter-like introduction, 160 characters, not more than that, and just talk about what you what you're doing, which college do you study, if you're working somewhere, what are your, where are you working, and so on and so forth. We
Yeah.
can start with ladies first. I think I'll get Garima and Chanchal first to go, and then each one of us can follow.
Hello everybody. I'm Garima, also called Gimi. So I'm an IGDTOW third year, just passed my third year, and I'm working with Becton Dickinson Company. I'm right now in Bangalore, and yeah, I'm interning here.
Okay, hey everyone, my name is Chanchal. So I've just completed my second year and I'm interning at Bobble AI as a software engineer intern. I'm also a Zero developer lead and also a big analyst. And it's great to connect with you all.
Hey everyone, I'm Takir, currently known as Takir Ahmed. Much into the communities and mostly from the MLSA community. I'm a gold MLSA from the India region. People do know me about that. And I do work as a developer relation engineer at Telos from the India region. And my role and responsibilities comes out as managing all the communities, building the code for the community, and how they're fostering the code blockchain in the India region. This is all I do, and I do love to empower all the students around the globe and all.
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Abhinav and I'm just completing my second year from ABS Ghaziabad. And right now I'm a beta MLSA and also running a club of Microsoft in my college and building my also own community named Coding Catalyst.
Nice. So Yatha Chauhan here. So from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So especially talking about Azure, I am a 12 certified and currently working as a founder and CEO of my own startup, okay, WebExcella, which is already part of Microsoft for Startup Hubs, and recently completed graduation from Charles University 2024 as a BTech engineering degree and recently completed the internship at Webelize Solution as a DevOps engineer. So yeah, that's it.
Hey everyone, I am Ved, currently second year at MSIT Delhi. I am also a beta MLSA as we all know and hope I get my offer letter soon. Just gave an interview. And me and Abhinav are actually working on a hackathon also together. So yeah, that's what about.
So, hi everyone, Harsh this side, finally a student at JIT Noida. I've been working with generative AI LLMs for about a year now. Used to work at Persist Ventures, California as a project manager and currently working as a founding engineer and AI developer at Let's AI, where we are using Microsoft Copilot, Microsoft, all the AI services that it offers to upgrade the existing products. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm very inspired to meet all of you. You guys are the future, I think, technology leaders of this country, and thank you for giving us your time. I basically wanted to understand from you. There has been lot of these chatter around us, and we're seeing this. I mean, a lot of these tech companies are letting go of people. Uh, Hiring hasn't happened. especially the campus hiring hasn't happened. I was reading a report wherein a leading company had hired up almost 50,000 plus developers last year from campus. This year they've taken only 11,000, and this is one of the biggest of the blocks, the top four hiring. And I'm sure this is happening all across. So, in the environment that we are in, how are you guys motivating yourself every day, saying, uh, सब ठीक हो जाएगा? And how are you seeing your 1 year ahead? How are you seeing 2 years ahead now?
I've been currently like I got your question about the career perspective and the hiring process, and we all know like we have been like struggling with all these phases, like how we are growing and how we are demolishing the thing. And I do face the same about like the career process. And recently I had been interviewed some of the companies, and they were like, "Okay, you are good. Okay, you are good. However, we have gotten the better, and you are not having that sort of experience that they are having." And I was like, previously 2 years back you were reaching out to me for the same role, but I wasn't having that interview. Still you're looking for that. So I thought like, yeah, we have hidden back the thing, same thing, and we have to work hard. And going apart from up to the 1 year ahead of that, yeah, things will be improved. Hope so, finger crossed. And we shall be working together with more prosperous thing. Great to go.
Anyone
Yeah, the
else?
thing is that currently what happens, everything that everyone want to be just, the social media, right? But be consistent whatever you are doing. Okay, like if you are going with interview now, if you are reject, then don't close your hope. Okay, it might be company is not for you.
Right.
Either maybe you are not fit, maybe some reason. But yeah, make sure that you can understand the conclusion at the end. Like, recently one scenario was happened with my friend, that company was telling them, we are not hiring you just because of we got someone just like said, and now the hiring was closed. Okay, and we are not currently opening to hire someone. And then within a 24 or 48 hours, they opening the new position for the same role. Like how? Okay, so that was happen. So the question is that everyone are just telling you, okay, just telling you some of the right or some of the for their own perspective, okay. But the thing is that please understand the scenario, okay. Everyone have their own life, okay. So we need to decide by your own self what we need to do and give your best.
I want to take this ahead by just mentioning that yes, there has been a lot of problem that is going on campus hirings. The companies are hiring very less that they used to hire in the past days. Even I have gone through this process, and I've seen through my eyes that companies have hired very less this year. But it's like if you uplift your skills, you are going to get hired. It's just don't lose your hope. That's what I mentioned. Just go ahead with the flow, give that interview, give that everything sort of you want to.
Is your college actually preparing you for the jobs of the future? And then you add the context of how scared of you are with the job scenario.
I mean, I would say they are preparing. They are just it. They from first year of college, we know that what is going to happen in the third year of college. The teachers prepare us for the level that we are going to encounter, but they don't actually go through the core subjects into that depth that companies ask. But rather, they externally let us know that yes, you have to be prepared for this is going to happen with you. And I'm genuinely grateful to my teachers that they have helped us throughout. The college curriculum might not include what happens in the interviews, but of course, their teachers help us a lot externally.
But I would add on to Ginny that, like in my college as well, we do have DSA, Java, and every subject which are being asked in interviews, but that are totally different. We need to prepare by our own. Like we take on additional courses. Either we reach out to people on LinkedIn by networking. Like what are all the questions who have been hired? Like for example, if someone has been hired in Microsoft, so we'll be asking that person like how was the interview, what all was being asked in your interview, because not actually the professors helped us with these things, because the questions which have been asked in interview are totally different from what is being taught to us in the college. And like we need to prepare by our own, like that's an extra effort that we're putting, like leveling up our skills for the interview and the jobs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like I have seen the similar thing. Like I was talking to placement coordinator of our college, like student coordinator, and also the director of like TNP director. He was saying there are companies who are taking jobs, like they are giving jobs, but the student not really have that skill which they want. So yeah, like factor of skill
Correct.
really matter. Like
Yeah,
Actually,
why? Like when scholars teach us, right? At that time, we got the knowledge about TSA, database, or maybe some networking concept. Okay, some more. Okay, that totally understand. Okay, but that was only basic level skill set. Okay, in which you got 2 to 3 LPA or 4 LPA maximum. But if you want to really crack the interview and get up high paying jobs on MSc level. So you need to catch up the skills which required, which no one college teach nowadays. I guess that is the point which students are currently stuck. The main thing, the basic core concept which we need to understand. Oh, that's fine. But what about the skill set which we need on development side, deployment side, on technology side? Okay, on the latest update. What about those stuffs? Where is that? So yeah, we need to improve that stuffs, right?
Yeah, I mean that
Exactly.
is true, but the thing
Yeah,
is different. Like for us, I would say particularly about my college, our alumni network has helped us a lot. But yes, of course, then it is us who works so much.
yeah, right.
It's like so much grind goes into DSA development. That's it.
Ah, that is a
Yeah,
thing. That is a thing.
every college must same. The thing is that,
In
yeah,
the midst of this, I'll
Yeah.
add one thing here that in the phase of learning or developing your skills, do not forget to develop your communication skills as well. That
exactly.
is the one of the most important factor for the precisely for the remote jobs. This is what I have seen and what I have gone under through that they require great communication skills. On that basis, they fetch out the people. Time they fetch out the people, you are the gold. That's it. You get the job.
yeah, I'll add on to Toki that because if you have a good communication skills, it basically shows how you interact with people or how will you scale up your interviews. And I guess meetups are the best place where you can network with people, and it also depends on your communication skills because I've seen a lot of people attending meetups or sessions just because of the swags. But I guess it doesn't help. You just need to network a lot, and like if you're attending any session, you just know like what the session is about and what knowledge you're going to gain from the speaker, because that is more helpful to you, not like what things you'll be getting swags or the lunch, because networking will help you in the future, and like what insights or valuable knowledge you have gained from that session.
The current college curriculum is basically, we can't entirely discard it, but it's currently more focused on the research side as well as future studies side. Not actually on the development and the startup culture that we see near us. Not exactly around that. So if you want to go for further studies or maybe research on something, then college curriculum is definitely well suited for that. If you want to just go into startups, maybe the best place for you will be to open playground where you can just play around with things. You don't know to know about thousand things, but you just need to know like 10 things, but good, like being expert in them. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, from my side, like I am seeing that from right now, startup is also growing very fastly. Like in my college, teachers are and other faculties are also saying that do startups and do own business. So I am thinking like doing job is not more important.
Yeah, Shubhangi, why don't you introduce yourself and then we'll bring you in the conversation.
Yeah, sure. So, hi everyone. I am Shubhangi. I'm right now working as a product manager and DevRel at Device. And I'm also a gold MLSA. I've been an MLSA for a while. So, I did my bachelor's, doing my master's now. So, been an MLSA for almost 6 years. So, at the start of the program now, seeing how it's growing. So, yeah, happy to be here and answer any questions.
So, all of you are, in a sense, the future of this country. And you, some of you have recently passed out from academia, some of you are still part of academic institutions. Are you seeing that change both in terms of academia and from a job market, that slowly but gradually the needle is tilting towards skill rather than a degree? Is that change happening in the curriculum, in what you're do in college every day when you appear for interviews. Do practical skills now matter more than which college do you come from?
I'll be going ahead in that. I have faced both of the scenarios where I had been rejected on the base of my college as well, and where I had been rejected for my skills as well. Because I know that's my mistake now. Like if I'm not having the certain amount of skills, then I'll be rejected. But that the thing that I want to get from there was the experience, like how they're taking out the interview. So yeah, if you say out the question like if they're getting into the academia and the skills, yeah, more toward the skills, because that thing will gain you the like the core experience as well as the confidence to get in an interview. The time you get in the technical interview, now you should be able to understand the word they are saying in the technical terms. That's the most important thing. The interview is not that a fool that you will be saying anything and they will understand it. No, that's not the scenario. You have to make it understand like what you are trying to pitch them. This
Yeah,
is
I will
like
add on this, like, the interviewer or whatever the person which are asking to us question, right? So they are most updating with the technologies, right? But what about us? The thing is that in college we got a curriculum which is not updated as of now, especially my college and another also college which I have, but I can't say the names. But yeah, curriculum which we need to update according to the our technologies which are growing. Startups are growing, okay. But what about jobs? Have you find out the ratio? So we need to understand why and what we need to exactly focus on. So yeah, that was perspective which we need to understand about updates.
We can say that college are improving, but not really fast. Things are
Not
getting
really
like some college, yeah. We are getting IoT labs, AI labs, but they are really slow. Like the pace is very slow. I remember like when I was giving an interview, the interviewer asked me, "You have studied DSA in your curriculum also?" I said, "No, we haven't studied that much." So yeah, like things are improving, but not really fast.
I would like to add to this is right now where at the company I'm working and the problem statement that we are catering, the manager generally faces the issue with us that we have not studied it to that extent. Just practically we have to
Yeah,
implement it. So yes, I would say college definitely is not up to that mark, and we really have to upskill ourselves to if you want to actually match the corporate level, the practical implementation of the actual algorithms and products.
Because and I say it, I'm not as I'm actually very old, because the trend that we're seeing is people are not even the larger organizations are willing to invest in a lot of trainings now. I mean, gone are the days when they were making you sit on the bench for about a year, training you on. So as soon as they hire you, they want you to start hitting the ball from the middle in that sense. I mean, is there anyone in the group who has a different take or as to what's happening in the job ecosystem? Subhangi, I mean, you've been working. What are you seeing?
So I think with AI coming in, my company specifically focuses a lot of automation. So we were kind of also exposed to that pretty early on. We were told that if you don't learn it, you won't exist here for really long. So learn fast about this, and I think that change I saw eventually happening in all of the industry. That people who are not upskilling or staying in touch with the technology that they're working on are facing difficulties in pursuing or continuing working in that space.
yes, I do add with Shivangi Di, because I started with my like work at Delos India as a developer relations, and the very same day as a developer relations, I had the work for around 14 hours, managing a Discord, taking the AMA calls, taking the Twitter space, and managing all the event, managing all the clubs that I had been doing in my Delos clubs. So clubs had been the most enormous thing to help me out to get into the like corporate, how the people are behaving. And the time I get into corporate, I delve into the fact that how they're using the keen words. So that's a different side sort of, and that's what I like grown up. So that's my views.
I mean, Yatharth, you've been talking about startups. I mean,
Yeah.
and whatever little
uh,
experience that I have, it's not easy to build startups. Plus, I think lot of job scenario that we are seeing is due to funding winter, as we call it, and where there's no funding. Last year or maybe year about in 2022, a lot of these young startups, the so-called unicorns, were hiring left, right, and center. They actually threw in a lot of monies to youngsters and got them onboarded, etc., etc. So one of the while you really harp on startups, I think lot of job market scenario at this moment is also due to startups not raising that kind of capitals, market getting course corrected, getting more focused, more customer oriented, and of course on top of it sits a mammoth of AI, which is automating mundane tasks for lot of these young entrepreneurs, and therefore the hiring has slowed down. In the environment that you are in currently, all of you are so young. You have your careers ahead of you. How are you, in a sense, keeping yourself very happy, in a good frame of mind? Because even while you are doing your jobs or education, you've got to be in the best frame of mind to deliver every day. How is there any special practices that you're doing which I can perhaps learn, or you're just going with the wind and saying, one day at a time, carpe diem, whatever will happen. How are youngsters like you faring out?
So the first thing is that the startups, okay. The minute they start something new, we start currently. So which is started by youngest, okay. The main thing is that why is growing. The youngest, the one and only who mindset to involve something new, right? Which didn't exist right now. If it exists, then how we can improve? That mindset we need, which have on younger side, right?
Ah,
So the thing is that we have that mindset right now to think on that level. So if you have idea, okay, if we know how we can execute, or if we don't know, then someone know, okay. So how we can get our execution, okay, we are someone. So this is a skill set which must be needed as a founder and as a good, technical person. So the first thing is that I would like to tell you that environment. What is the difference between employment side and on startup side? In startup, we need to manage each and everything. That means from basic to the advanced. How in basic level what we do? We just giving that task. If someone is very beginner, right? From beginning level to how we are going to train that person on advanced level. That means currently my company is working on the product side, okay, as a founder. So on product side, that was live on Docker to the container to the security side. So how I can train my intern to manage my product, right? So that was very high level skill set which everyone looking into any their employees. Okay, so yeah, if person have that mindset and that confidence, yeah, why
I
not?
want
Why not me, right?
I want I want to ask a very silly follow-up question.
Uh, uh,
Do founders like ourselves, and have you ever noticed that
mm,
they expect a lot from an intern on day one and saying, an intern has come and he'll run the operation. It'll never happen, right?
yeah.
So did you face that situation where a lot of dependency on day one has come to you?
Of course, yes. Why not? Because we have a lot of work, okay, but we don't have a that huge type of employees. Or either some small amount of team which would be fine, but want a skill level team. Small team enough, but need a skill set. Big team, but what about a big team? If no have a good skill set which is set to the requirement, then team is not along with our work, then company will not hiring or either just layoffs. Okay, the thing is that.
Shivangi, you
Just
were
wanted
saying?
to add to this. So I ran a startup and we had around 50, 60 people working with us. It was a mental health startup. So we were doing pretty well. Something that we ensured, especially with new coming interns, like you just said, there's a lot of expectations from them. So what we ensured was we onboarded interns in cohorts so they'd feel like they're still a team and everyone's equally unknown to the space. And we had a really smooth onboarding process which where it was a mental health startup and it was in 2020, so it was still a taboo topic. So we make sure that everyone feels welcome in the space, also understands the space deeply, and we were also queer friendly. And since it's Pride Month, I think that's worth highlighting. We would make sure that they also understand that how it's also natural to be a queer person and it's nothing wrong with it. So we had a very deep onboarding process where they'd go through it, and it was just like 2 3 calls with all the founders one by one, so they understood what we were doing and the expectations from them. And again, it was a mental health startup, so we were explaining it to them that you don't have to overwork, because that kind of invalidates our own idea. So yeah, having a good onboarding process helps new interns a lot.
Since I do not get a chance to speak to young leaders, and some of you are building your startups, do you and I and please have a hand on your heart and say, should internships be paid or free?
Actually, the thing is that learning
No,
skills
I
from
think
the
okay. I'll ask. You will be the last, Rajat. Harsh,
okay.
should internships be paid or free? Ved, Abhinav, Sanchal.
You should not even write your name on the application for free, sir. Even in the open market, if you are writing a proposal to a freelance client, you are getting paid for it. And
Yeah,
I'd say, matlab, I personally have never worked for free for anyone, even if it was a first intern or any freelance or anything. The main problem is that everybody is running behind those tags of getting an intern at like this place.
and that's what. How much these certificates actually matter when you land a job opportunity? Do people look at those certificates from
Zero,
a random XYZ company saying you intern? Does it even matter? I mean,
zero. It
correct.
doesn't
I
matter
I
at all
totally
once you start working, whether you are from IIT, NIT, it doesn't matter at all. Then once you get an intern, all it matters is what results are you able to produce from that.
yeah,
Myself working as a startup, so all of my achievements you can say ki, they were all of my experience accumulated now, but
right,
not as a tag which I carry right now. Because my work
right,
itself is a representation of what I did in the last 3 or 4 years. And the startups on the jobs part, what I would like to say is I have many other friends. We go to events as well, so there we are open to hiring. That okay, we need people from this tech stack. I have
yeah,
उनके टेक्स्ट की they're saying कि भाई बंदे दिलवा दो यार, because 95% of the job openings are not available in the market. They are
right,
internal hirings and they prefer hiring by referrals only. But okay,
right,
Rohit sir guide said me कि this person is good, so I'll hire them instead of doing the whole internship procedure. So the whole problem is now कि all of the person are more in a theoretical knowledge and they don't have that practical kind of exposure,
yeah,
which makes it difficult for the startup to take bet on the new freshers.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
if I'm saying
yeah,
ki sir I work in front end back end, I'm also doing DevOps and then this, so that makes my entire resume questionable. So yeah,
yeah,
definitely focusing on a particular skill,
right,
making it more representable. So definitely there are a hell lot of jobs available in the market.
So I'll add up for the certification part. So I guess the companies don't ask so much for certification, but it's just that like if you have completed so and so certification, like about the associate cloud engineer of GCP or something, it's that ki you just get to like what knowledge you have been certified from organization or a place, how much levels which you have been completed for such a certification. It just add on to your application that yes, you have been certified from such a place that you have completed so tasks and you have been certified, because in the end they some of the organization do looks for soft skills and knowledge which have been hired, but they do also look like are you being certified from there, or because some of the people do make a fake internship on their resume even though they haven't done anything. So that's a problem, I would say. So I think that's a certification part should be needed at some of the points.
Adding to the Chanchal, like it's very correct. Precisely for the DevOps part, it do adds a certain amount of value, like for the Microsoft, from the any other company to provide a DevOps certification, so mainly from the RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Limited certification. They are very valuable and they are highly paid as well. You can get your resume shortlisted, and the time gets into the screening part. You are getting interviewed. There comes the main play, the how you're getting the answer, how you're typically playing off
Correct.
on the screen. That is the main thing. You are, if you're not getting the technical terms, you are not getting the vice versa. You are like, obviously they will be silently removing you from the interview. That is the thing. directly rejecting you.
Because you
That's the most face to face.
automatically get stuck on that specific question because if you don't know the answers.
Exactly, exactly. That is the
I
point.
just add कि maybe we are running behind the wrong certifications, the ones that are free available online. We can fake them.
Yeah.
If you are running behind Azure AZ 900, Azure EI 100 certifications like these, then which are proctored exam actually, so they definitely add up in your resume and they are required as well. But the problem is we are not running behind them, but we are maybe like fake assuming that okay these free certifications will get me a job.
Yeah. So lastly, but not least, I would like to say one point about certification that the companies also have that badges, something like Microsoft Gold partners, Silver partners, GCP partners. Okay. So what about those topics? Why we are not getting the questions like that also matter? Yes, of course, Meta, right? So just like company side, as same our side, okay, as an employee, as in a person, the certification are required of a some amount of time that Microsoft AWS GCP, right? Then it's good if you have that level of knowledge. So yeah, please understand that again, the company also have their own certification, just like we need also some certification. If you are looking on Azure and DevOps especially, okay, so yeah, that is conclusion from my side.
I
And
do want to
now,
say one
right.
if I can, about the free internships. I sometimes feel that it's okay to do it if you don't have any experience or if you have had no exposure and you're just looking to learn. Um, First year students or second year students, if they don't have any skill set still now and they just want to spend their summer doing a free internship or just working with their seniors, I think it's completely okay to do that
Mm.
till the point you're getting a lot of value out of it and it's not just a one-sided relationship in a sense where they're just
Correct.
making you work and not helping you grow. So it's okay to do free internships till you get to learn.
I
I
mean, that's a
also want to
decent
add on
one.
some.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like some are students also doing internship by paying something to the companies.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That I think is a scam, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Scam. That's
it's
a
scam
scam.
yeah, yeah,
because many first year and second year student are already doing this.
No, but
So I
why do they pay? They want that certificate to come to
yeah
them,
yeah,
isn't it?
No, they
Huh?
yeah
actually tell
and
you that you need to pay for a certain so and so amount. For 3 months, they'll provide the training, and after that, you will be getting internship from the same company. But they don't
yeah
But
actually
and
provide that
like
internship.
yeah, it's not true.
that I think is a scam.
and
I
maybe
think
it's like
Yeah,
job is required experience and experience is required job. Maybe that is the point.
yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
great
right.
circle. I mean, it's a circle to that once you know things, job will be easy to come by. But I think once you're paying for a college academia, then you're paying for internship. I don't know how much pressure does this add to students like yourself financially. I
yeah.
mean, what does future look like for each one of you? Would you 3 years down the line, do we see lot of startup entrepreneurs in this group? Would you still be doing jobs in? Would you aspire to be part of, let's say, Microsoft in US, etc.? What are you guys chasing? 3 years down the line. Shubhangi, Chanchal, Abhinav, Takir, Ved, Yatharth, and Harsh. That's the order. Okay.
Since I'm already working, I've been working for 3 years. I did the startup. I'm okay with my employment life now. I'm happy in it. I feel that being a founder makes you a little crazy. It's just too hectic. So I'm thinking to do a job for a couple more years and then see how my health is and if I'm okay to take the founder thing back again. But yeah, I'm happy with my job and maybe delve a little bit more into product spaces. But yeah.
Yeah, from my side, I would like to say the work culture. Okay, as a being a founder, I would like to say the problems which I want to solve, which are currently exist.
Fair enough.
Okay, especially from our India, I want to represent my company, especially with our employees. Okay, like not like that. The company is from India, but the employees are coming from USA. No, not like that. Okay, I just want to represent India on top level with some
Fair,
specific skill set. What India is currently doing. Every
fair enough.
USA companies are coming into India, right? So my
Yeah.
goal is that within a 3 or 5 years or whatever, I wanna be a person who called from India, okay, on international level.
Fair
So the
enough.
main thing and the work culture which I want that like the work is important, okay? Your skill set is important in which you are giving your point, giving your contribution,
Yeah,
giving contribution in another startup as an employee that would be also nice. But startup something make solve any problems,
yeah,
then yeah,
yeah,
definitely why not? Everyone
yeah.
are ready. Yes.
Sanchit?
Okay, so
Like,
like right now I'm working in corporate. Like it's my first time. Like all the work, all the internship which I've done in my past is like remote work only. So like it's a good experience to like work in the corporate part. But my end goal is to go into the startup side. I am also working on a edtech startup currently. But like yes, like working as a 9 to 5 employee, it's a bit hectic. Like you have been given task and everything. You need to report every time. I would
So
love to get.
once you become entrepreneur, it will be 9 to 9, not even 9 to 5,
I think
and
that
nine to
would be
nine,
great
Yeah,
nine
because
to nine, 24 hours, and not
24
I'll
into
be
7.
happy to work on my idea then. Because
yeah,
Yeah,
it will give me motivation all the time that I have to
yeah,
put efforts and time to my startup. I want to scale it up, so I'll be very happy to do it in the end.
yeah, yeah,
yeah, so like what I personally feel, I am young, I have energy, and in India we have a massive population, around 2 billion, and a lot of people and a lot of problems. So why not solve these problems and also have some money in account? And when the like energy is little low, why not take a break and just do a little job or retire?
yeah. Sounds like a plan. I hope
yeah.
it's tough to execute.
To execute.
Abhinav?
Yeah, same from my side. I like to work from my own idea
Yeah.
rather than report someone doing job.
No, no, you will end up
So,
reporting in entrepreneurship as well.
Yeah.
You will end
yeah,
up reporting to your clients, to your customers, to
yeah,
to to investors, to
Yeah.
internal board, etc. So I don't think I mean solving a challenge, building your own entity is nice,
yeah,
but all this is theoretical that you will work for yourself. You'll end up putting in much more. I think Shubhangi said she was building a startup. It takes a lot of toll on mind, body, and soul. Yeah, but I'm sure you guys are young. You should do
yeah.
it more than anyone else. Takir, wait, Takir.
Absolutely. My answer every time it goes in in an easy manner. I take it a very easy. That I had been to developer positions and been in touch with the DevOps. My down to run 3 to 5 years go mostly into DevOps and to the developer advocacy. If I start into that, I'll need to step more into that and how I'm advocating towards the DevOps as well as the AI part. So that is my thinking and that's my absolute thoughts.
Next such meeting you should do it for entrepreneurs की easy कैसे रहते हैं because
Sure, sir, sure.
Harsh?
Sir, recently, like,
So I will myself working into AI services. So with time we see that more and more things are coming into the market. If you have seen the recent Microsoft Build event, the Copilot's integration with Windows, it's like very amazing thing. It will soon be in the market. So I'll
Yeah,
maybe in the next 3 years down the line, I would like to build some really revolutionary products on the same, and maybe because for example, let's take an example key. I'll be asking Copilot to get me a LinkedIn of all the people that I'm seeing right now with the help of your names and photographs matching that. So maybe creating within 3 years, maybe creating some revolutionary POCs right now that we won't be able believing. So yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Well, my last question is little light-hearted. Is there any particular movie, book that you refer to when the chips are down? Like for an example, I can tell you a movie like a Founder, The Intern. Considering I am little older, I find them very motivating. Is there any particular book that you or a movie that you refer back when when you're going slow, when you're low?
I keep watching two of the movies always. One Chichore and Three Idiots. That's one of my
three
favorite.
idiots.
Yeah,
Being from the engineering aspect and keeping the things very down and low and understanding everything. That's the most
yeah,
important factor from my end. So I have loved
absolutely.
these movies and I
Yeah,
started exploring the books as well. People have also touched me that keep starting learning books as well. So yeah, I'll be starting looking through that as well because I had been more into the technical books, technical documentation, reading all those there. That has been what.
I like to do startup, so I am reading the book Elon Musk biography. It's
yeah,
a very good book.
nice. Yeah.
Hmm.
You should
Yeah.
you should you should read Jobs by Walter Isaacson. That's a book that's very motivating. Uh,
Okay.
Yeah. From my side, storytelling books, okay, from each and every startups and from each and every founders who had written their own stories. So need to understand like how they are struggling and how
hmm.
they are going to success. So the
Yeah.
thing is that I am really impressed by them to
Yeah.
getting books and understand the concept from starting to the end.
Yeah.
So whenever I feel low, then yeah, one and only go with the bookstore or either just typing on Google success stories of newly launching startup founders. Then yeah,
Yeah, maybe like similar thing, maybe watching a comedy movie like Hera Fairy or like
Ah, okay.
watching 300 again.
अरे एकदम मस्त.
Yeah, that lifts the mood. That
Right.
lifts the mood.
So when we were growing up, there was this author called Rashmi Bansal. She used to write brilliant startup stories called Connect the Dots. Uh,
Yeah.
and there are more. She was fantastic. She wrote about Sanjeev Chandani when Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish is the I think the name of the book that she wrote. I think I highly recommend it for you guys are wanting to build startup. I think that's one of the. I mean, Elon Musk is nice, and I've also read that. I've read Jobs as well. But Indian stories have a different way of
yeah,
leaving an
truly,
impact on you because
Yeah.
you can relate with market scenarios, you can relate with terminologies, etc., etc. I think वो थोड़ा अच्छा रहता है.
I read one startup related
Uh,
book. It was called The Hard Thing About the Hard Things. It's very
Yeah,
interesting. It's
yeah,
about
Hmm.
great book.
it kind of
I
shows you
was
how
about
you.
to mention it. I was
yeah,
about to mention the same.
I
yeah.
love that. And for escapism, I read a lot of Harry Potter, which you can see my background.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Harry
Just
Potter
keep
best.
me. Yeah.
yeah.
It's amazing.
Perfect. So good to have spoken with each one of you. Best of luck to each one of you.
Thank you.
If ever
Thank
you
you.
are in Delhi, love to catch up with you, learn more from you, and let's do these kind of conversations more often than this. I think I learned a lot from each one of you. We'll do a session with Takir on easy kaise rehte. Hain. We'll call it as easy kaise rehna hai, and then
Sure, sure. I'm
then
happy
we
to have you.
no,
Sure.
no, we want to learn from you. At least I want to learn from you.
Sure.
I've had insomnia for 6 years. I've not slept. So got to learn from easy kaise rehna hai.
हाँ बिल्कुल easy कैसे रहना.
Absolutely.
Like in fact, you people talking about the reporting, na? So today I have to report at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Still I'm like easy कैसे रहना है, easy है. So like keep it
I'm in
going.
middle of my final exams also. It's
अरे
still
वाह,
easy.
all the best यार.
Yeah.
Thank
Also,
All
you
the
the
so
best.
thing
much.
is, also on the short message, I put it down the meeting on hold. Like we can connect at 9 p.m.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Maybe one of these days get Shubhangi to do a session on mental health and wellness.
हाँ.
Yeah, हाँ, because I think वो बहुत important है, especially for an entrepreneur. I think
हाँ.
For sure.
yeah.
I, being an entrepreneur, I had so many strict boundaries. Now with everywhere I work, I'm not going to show up on a Saturday and Sunday. Like, don't even expect
Uh,
me to.
also होता नहीं. I mean, as an entrepreneur, you're there 365,
Yeah,
24 by 7. It's
exactly.
such a demanding. Uh, I think first 3 4 years are very demanding. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've learned. I've learned the hard way. And when I started, I was not even young. So, but yeah, that's a fun. Chalo, thank you so much for giving your time. We look forward to seeing you soon. If you guys are in Delhi, let's catch up one of these days. Do a
Sure,
coffee
Yeah,
sure,
date.
sure.
Yeah.
no,
Sure.
Okay.
sure.
God bless each one of you. Bye.
sure.
Yeah,
Thank you for
bye.
having
Bye.
us.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for
thank you,
having
thank
us.
you. Yeah.